Այս ավտոբուսն եք նստելու։ Ես չգիտեմ, դա ավտոբուսա թե նավակ ճիշտ է։ Այս նստելու ենք։ Այս համ ջրի մեջ է գնում, համ ցամաքի, նույնը։ Չենք իջնելու, չենք փոխելու։ Ուսամ տեղերս լավն է։ Ինձ տեղերս լավ է կլինի, չէ երևի։ Չգիտեմ, ասեիր այդ աղջկան լավ տեղեր տարում ես։ Նստել ենք արդեն մեր այս կապույտի նման, նկարեցի արդեն։ Այդ ուրիշ գույնի ենք, զինվորական կամուֆլաժով ենք կածում։
Thank you for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your tour of Boston.
William Blackson planted the very first apple orchard in America. When the Puritans met William Blackson, they were like, "Oh my God, Bill, this is nice! Look, you have a Sweetgreens, you got a Bank of America, you have a..." Ho Chi Minh was a pastry chef here. Ho Chi Minh was fleeing from Vietnam for political persecution. Worked as a pastry chef here, went back to Vietnam, became the president of Vietnam. We have the Tremont Temple Baptist Church, first integrated church in America. If we look over here, we will see the Granary Burial Ground. Right here where these people are standing, the American flag, Black Rock Green flag, is the resting place of Sam Adams. Over here at the Beantown Pub is the only place in America where you can drink a cold Sam Adams while looking at a cold Sam Adams. 12,000 people were buried in this Granary Burial Ground. 3 centers of Declaration of Independence. Sam Adams, Robert Tree Payne, and John Hancock. Paul Revere is buried here. In the middle, the big obelisk. It's a pointy thing. Obelisks are pointy things. It says Franklin on it. Why? Because Benjamin Franklin, born here in Boston. Age 17, worked at his brother's print press around the corner, the first newspaper in Boston. They get into a fight. Ben Franklin says, "Deuces, man, I'm out of here." Moves to Philadelphia, where he discovered electricity. Kite geek. You know the story, right? When Ben Franklin died, they buried him in Philadelphia. This map out. This one's cool. Here we have the dark green spot, Shawmut Peninsula. That is original Boston. It's 1.5 square miles. All this mint green stuff surrounding it is land that we created to expand the size of Boston. We would increase Boston's size by making new land and annexing other local cities and making them officially part of Boston. We would increase the size from 1.5 square miles to almost 45 square miles. To put in perspective how big of a difference that is, show of hands, anyone here been to the Mall of America in Minnesota? Mall of America? It is the largest mall in the country. And that our population fluctuates between summer and spring between 250,000 people because of the students. So we have almost the same amount of people living in Boston as 200 years ago. And more of the landmass. The way we would make only this Back Bay neighborhood, we would create landmass in different methods. The method we use for this is what we would do is gamble. My biggest fan base works right here on the first floor. They love when I come by. We wave at them, they wave at me. Take pictures of them. I'm famous with it. I love all these people. Look right behind the glass there. In 3, 2, 1. Wave at them. Hi there. Look, that's my biggest fans. I love all of them except for that one person. Next to 200 Clarendon Street, we have the Fairmount Copley Plaza Hotel. Opened in 1912, delayed in opening. Why? Because its furniture was shipped here from Europe, and that ship got delayed. No one can ever remember the name of the ship. Oh, they made a movie about it. You should check it out. It's called The Titanic. Have you guys seen it? I don't want to spoil the ending, but the furniture never made it. Over my shoulder here, we have the Boston Public Library. Church is where the oldest congregation in Boston meets. It is an example of Gothic architecture. We know it's Gothic because it has high, pointy arches. The Old South Church's building is asymmetrical. Left side does not look like the right side. We also know it's Gothic because it has black eyeliner and listens to The Cure.
Good afternoon, I guess. Welcome to Boston Duck Tours. Yay! I'm going to be your conductor. You get it? Conductor Duck Tours? If you like that joke, you're gonna love this tour! If you didn't care for it, you got 80 minutes of puns coming up.
Get on board. Have fun. I'm gonna have fun. Let's have fun together. You will never see these people ever again. I am famed ukulele punk rocker, UK Lee. I know. You're excited, I can tell. He's my biggest fan. He has all my wax cylinders at home. You guys might be wondering, UK Lee, if you're such a famous music... Oh my God, it's Bobby Orr from the Bruins! Let's give Bobby Orr a big old quack quack. Everyone, let's go. Quack quack.
Quack, quack.
Famous hockey player. You might be wondering, UK Lee, if you're such a famous musician, why are you giving tours of Boston, not touring the country playing music? That's because after I broke a world record, longest musical tour to never sell a ticket. I decided it was time to come home. I went from 10 list and the only building in Boston to be on our top 10 list. If we look at my at our driver's side, you will see the very first GNC to be on that spot. Keep looking, and you will see the actual literal home, the original home of MIT. Massachusetts Institute of Technology used to be located right here back in 1866 when it was founded, and actually called Boston Technical. In 1916, Boston Technical works by heading up in two places. Church of the Covenant is where famed figure skater Nancy Kerrigan was married. No, I don't want to hear your Tanya Harding joke. All Tanya Harding jokes are low blows. Here we have the Arlington Street Church, very first building built in the Back Bay and home to the very first same-sex marriage, recognized by Church of Satan in 2004 when we legalized it. On that day, 55 didn't have that in the 1800s. Issued to another violation on the spot for breaking facade home law ordinances. Yeah. Worse than that, Carla Simon, you know why she left Boston? Came into her brand new home here in Beacon Hill, the richest neighborhood in Boston, the most prestigious neighborhood in Boston, the oldest planned neighborhood in Boston, and she found 2 rats on top of her kitchen counter eating out of her fruit bowl. Here we have sculptures of John F. Kennedy, 35th president and youngest elected president. Behind him, we have Anne Hutchinson, the very first feminist in America. She was a Puritan that fought against the misogynistic ways of the other Puritans. 54th was the very first all-black volunteer regiment that trained in the North and fought against the South in the Civil War. The movie starred Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, and Ferris Bueller. It also starred Carrie Elwes, the dread pirate McDreamy, right, from The Princess Bride. Wesley, As You Wish. Here we have Mary Dyer on our driver's side. Mary Dyer was a Quaker. Mary Dyer was banished from Boston 3 times by the Puritans for the crime of being a Quaker in Boston. Remember I said the Puritans came here in search of religion to find the Puritans. They snatched up Mary Dyer, dragged her, kicking and screaming into the Boston Common. The Puritans, they put Mary Dyer in the gallows. They put a noose around her head, and they hanged Mary Dyer by the neck for the crime of not being a Puritan. I told you guys, reality, this building is the building of unemployment. Actors, cameramen, production assistants came to this Hurley building for work when they made the movie The Departed. Those same actors came.
Հիմա ջուրն ենք մտնելու։
That log ride at Disney's got nothing on us. Okay, really though, please keep everything inside. If you slip and fall, lose your balance and fall in this Charles River, it is both a $33,000 fine. And it also makes me have to do a ton of paperwork. UK Lee does not like paperwork. Legally, since we are a Coast Guard vessel, I have to make an attempt to save you. Whether I am successful or not, it's the same amount of paperwork for me. Think about that while you guys enjoy the lower base of the Charles River. Florida, try doing that in your Toyota Prius and let me know how it works out for you. Remember I was talking about the Back Bay neighborhood and how it's so common? exception of during World War II, because Bostonians were afraid that German U-boats could sneak into the Boston Harbor and see that gold glistening dome and use it as a target for missiles. I mean, there was never any German U-boats here, but it is very bright and shiny, so there you have a valid argument. Let's look at this beautiful skyline of Boston. Over here we have Google, right? Harry Houdini jumped off that bridge in 1908 while chained up and escaped from his chains. In the distance you can see the BU Data Science building. It's the weird Django looking building. Next to that we have the Citgo sign marking the home of Fenway Park, the oldest Major League Baseball stadium in the world, because no one else cares about baseball like we do. We have the three tallest buildings in New England on the right, 1 Dalton Street, third tallest building in New England, home of the Four Seasons, the hotel chain, not the band. Fanny Appleton was the wife of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the poet who this bridge above us is named after, the Longfellow Bridge. Every day, for 7 years, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow would cross the original rickety, 2-mile-long wooden bridge called the West Boston Bridge to go to Fanny Appleton's house and read her poetry to woo her. And every night for 7 years, she said, "Buzz off, love." Those factories and refineries used to pollute this river. In 1964, NASA brought an aerospace laboratory here to Cambridge in an area called Kendall Square, which is on the other side of that smokestack. Cambridge and Boston, Massachusetts wanted that aerospace laboratory for all its federal funding. That federal funding, Massachusetts was going to use to clean up this river. Back then, this river was gross. It had a D- rating from the Environmental Protection Agency. Unfortunately, NASA moved that aerospace laboratory from its home here to its current home now in Houston, Texas. Made Boston lose a ton of wine. Peel them, smash it, ferment it, you get white wine. Rosé, all day, artificially colored. In just a moment, Captain Sam is going to power down and we're going to gently float up to the ramp. You will feel the front wheels catch the ramp right now. Captain Sam revs up the engine, pulls us out of the river, has turned this duck boat back into a duck truck. Let's give Captain Sam a big round of applause. Let's give all our junior captains a big round of applause. You're a junior captain. Who else? You're a junior captain. You're not a junior captain. Let's give a big quack to my friends right here. Here we go. Hey! Ho! Lynch Family Skate Park. Largest skate park in New England. You remember the sculptures of ducklings we saw? Yes. Those sculptures were made by a woman in Newton, Massachusetts named Nancy Shell. Here we go. Encore performance. Hey! Ho! You guys won that battle of the band. You should be proud of yourselves. One day Nancy Shell has sculptures all around Boston saw little punks like me and little